Give them a shot to do what?
As the studio gets better, I start to look better. Mikey and Mike are back with another Divide live, Shy Divide, part dose. But yeah, I'm a little less red today. I don't know if you can notice. Still a little red, but not as red as yesterday.
It was
it was really bad. And it's crazy. We're, like I said earlier, we're renovating the studios. There's some things going on behind the scenes. But yeah, man, this has been an epic 24 hours. Like, I gotta admit, the Mets are still undefeated. Shout outs to Pablo. Shout outs to Backyard Baseball. Shout outs to you for making amazing content. Like, I don't know when you go to sleep. I honestly don't. Are you a vampire, Mikey?
No, I did see Sinners though. Sinners was an amazing film. I saw it like 3 times. It was pretty good, but definitely not. I wish.
So I know you saw Fantastic Four. I've not.
I did.
I have not also seen Happy Gilmore. Have you?
I did.
Damn, man. So you cut content. You cut content for your boy Mikey P, the owner of the Give Us a Shot Network. You cut content for yourself, and you have time to watch movies, and you have a girlfriend. You're amazing. You're amazing, dude.
I try, man. I tried. No, Fantastic Four was crazy though. I thought Superman was dope. I thought Fantastic Four was dope. I thought they were both dope, and that's saying a lot because I'm not a big DC guy. I'm whatever, you know what I mean. But like, I feel like Marvel's in a. I was nervous for a little bit after like the Avengers Endgame stuff happened, and Robert Downey Jr. left, and now he's kind of back, and it's like it's interesting, bro. It's kind of cool because for me, I was like 11 years old when like the Marvel MCU universe happened, and now I'm older and I'm watching it like kind of like start this new phase. It's pretty cool, man, because now you're older and you understand things more. It's more interesting for sure.
Yeah, like I'll never forget going to see Iron Man 1 and like just being like, this is lame. Like, he's not even like a top 5 hero, and you left there, you're like, oh my god. And I feel like this is the first time with all these Fantastic Four movies that people like, your text to me was ridiculous, and I can't wait to see it. Such is the life, I guess, of a dad. Like, I don't know, is that I'm making excuses for myself, I guess. I don't know, man.
Yeah. I mean, being a dad is my favorite part about being an uncle is that I just get to give them back whenever I feel like it.
It's the best.
I'm like, I'm gonna leave now, and then I get to leave, and I just go home, and my car breaks down a lot, and financial trouble of a 25-year-old, it happens, you know what I mean? But no kids, kid free, so it's not. I don't know how you do it, bro. I don't know how any of the dads on the Give Us a Shot Network or anywhere can do it, because it overwhelms me just like thinking about like, well, I have to make dinner for people other than myself, and like that stresses me out. So like, people like even like, and again, I'm going on like a long tangent, but like I think about you and like Peyton starting school, and you have to be like, hey man, like, you go watch my kid and educate her the right way, and trust these teachers in order to do that. And like, for me, like, dude, I don't even like taking my dog to the groomers, because I'm like, dude, they're gonna clip his nails too short, or like,
it's horrifying.
Yeah, it's horrifying. I'm trusting this school bus driver who I don't even know the guy to just like take my kid to school every day. Like, that freaks me out. I have anxiety in general. Mike knows.
Yeah.
That. But
likewise, dude. No, like Peyton right now is in between camps, and whenever my buddy Vinny's MVP camp's not available, she tries to figure out ways to get out of these other camps, right? Yeah. And like last night, she got me good, man. So she did not go to camp today. She went to work with dad and hung out until our neighbors let her go in their pool. But yeah, it's tough. It's not easy as a dad. You're right. I appreciate those flowers. At 25, I was that uncle, and I loved every moment of it. So embrace that. But yeah, man, like, baseball is rolling on, right? Manfred and Harper, like, let's get into that action, dude. That was a crazy post, a crazy headline for today. I have to get your spin on it. He pretty much kicked Manfred out of the clubhouse regarding whether or not there should be a salary cap of any kind for the players. And what are your thoughts on that? And any defense either way?
Yeah, well, Bryce has always been one of those guys. You know what I mean? I mean, he's at the front of everything for the Players Association and just kind of being the punky QB of the group. You know what I mean? He reminds me a lot of like a Jim McMahon of the Chicago Bears, who's going to be at a convention in Chicago this weekend. But you know, I think the thing with Bryce,
humble plug.
Humble plug. Maybe we'll see him. Maybe we won't. Who knows?
Yeah.
But you know, I think for me, it's really interesting to see Bryce kind of go up to bat for everybody throughout the organization. But I also have some like pullback also like on Manfred's side. Like, you know, I'd love to sit here and be like, Harper's in the right. Like, yeah, like I'm into it. But like, also, I think we have to understand like what we're arguing about. You know, I do agree that there shouldn't be a salary cap in baseball, but there should be a salary floor. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
If Bryce Harper played for the Pirates or the A's, he wouldn't care about the salary cap because his team's never going to make it there. You know what I mean? Me as a Cub fan, it's like, well, we're kind of always like in that middle ground territory. We're spending, but we're not spending a lot of money. You know what I mean? So like, I think it's interesting, man. I did see DeRosa said something interesting. I don't know if it was on Foul Territory or somewhere else. He kind of said, like, just to paraphrase, he was like, dude, you don't know how powerful a commissioner can be. Like, you don't want to do stuff like that. That'll mess up the mojo of the team. Hey, man, they say the Phillies just traded for Paul Skeens. No, you didn't. Rob Manfred said that's not going through. You know, like the Chris Paul to LA deal. Like, that's like real things that can happen. So there are consequences to your actions, man. And, you know, you do got to be held accountable and you do kind of burn those bridges. I don't know if that bridge is burnt because we weren't in the rooms. There's no videos of it surfacing at this moment. But it's interesting, man. What do you think? It's because you're in Philly, man. You know the type of guy Harper is. He's been a huge dude in the community. He's embraced Philly the right way. This was a very Philly statement. I know, you know, Chaz Franklin, Kalia Copper, so many people from Philly. This was very Philly of him to do that. So how do you think the city of Philly will embrace what Harper just did?
I'm cracking up because I just got my Mets wings back. You know, I got my credentials back. The Met organization is full on Mike Powers again. I'm going to tell you right now, man, it's very, very hard to hate Bryce Harper and the majority of these Philly players because they speak their minds. I mean, this is something Harper got paid, not as much as Soto, and he should have, and he deserves that. Like, but this sounds like we're going towards another strike. This sounds like there's very passionate sides on both sides. The fact that Manfred wants to talk about this, mind you, the commissioner is the voice of the owners, right? So for him to go directly to a player is insane, and especially for the player to have that reaction is like that should have been a meeting, like, hey, like a team's meeting, like, hey, I want to talk about this. Do you want to talk about this? Like, it shouldn't have been in a clubhouse. In a setting where it's not, hey, this is what's going to be on the agenda, and this is what we're going to talk about. And in Manfred's defense, if that was why he was coming in the clubhouse to talk to him, then Bryce went a little bit overboard. But I love this because even top tier teams, when they win, they go on cruise control. Like, you could argue from 2009 to now, the Yankees were kind of on cruise control in some of those years. Granted, they still had a productive team that made it to the postseason. They weren't going for the jugular. They were not going for the throats. You see a lot of teams take a step back after they win. You know, I don't think the Dodgers are that team, obviously. I don't think there's a bunch of teams like that, but there becomes a situation where you could win too much and not make any more money. Right? We just saw the Phillies and Yankees perform this weekend, and it wasn't a sold out crowd. I'd be willing to take the attendance numbers and compare it to what just happened with Banana Ball in Philadelphia and see where the numbers were. And there was an extra game for the Yankees Phillies. So, you know, I saw something very inappropriate happening in the stands, and I couldn't help but look around how many people weren't in that upper deck and weren't up there. Yeah. And I was more intrigued by that. Than that lady spazzing out.
I mean, yeah, I sent that one to Sheffield Shuffler, and I just, you know,
yeah, that's Chef's the part.
Chef's my guy I go to when I see the what the F moments, and I'm like, Chef, can you explain this to me in terms that'll make me like understand this? And that was the first time Chef said nothing. That was the first time I think Chef was like stumped, and he was just like, I don't know. I have no idea what's going on.
I don't know how. I don't know how that happens.
And
I
Aaron,
don't know
you know,
how.
I'm an Aaron Judge fantasy guy. So like Aaron Judge
Mhm.
wasn't even playing. So what is there to be excited about? Like if I saw Aaron Judge play again in person, last time I saw Judge play, White Sox, Soto hit 3 home runs in one game. Incredible. Judge was one short of his 300th career home run. I was ready to do the same thing to myself. But there's a time and a place for everything, man. And it was just I just didn't get it. Didn't get it. Didn't like it. I didn't like that no one was saying anything about it either. Like my first reaction was gonna be record this. You know what I mean? Like I'd kind of be like, I'll go somewhere. Go get
Yeah, like what if you're getting up to like get a drink or go to the bathroom and you just look up and you're like first off, second off, like it was a Yankee fan. The girl was a Yankee fan. The guy was a Philly fan. Like Yankees and Phillies coming together. Like that's unity.
Literally. So I don't know, bro. It was weird. Or like imagine you're like in front of the guy and you're like taking a selfie and you're like looking.
Right? Like, and it's just like I mean, there's a time and a place. Like dark movie theater. Like I don't know, man. Like when I was younger, like that ballparks. It wasn't even a night game.
Yeah,
it was a day game on a Sunday. That's family day, dude. Like it's just like they were making a family.
They were making a family.
I want to believe that was not real. Like I want to believe it was.
I think it was
fake. But also like it's just bizarre, man.
I mean,
so
if you know Wrigley Field 120 on a Friday in the bleachers, you'll see some crazy stuff, man. But that was farther than.
You'll never see that with a Met and a Philly fan. I promise you that. So just to give you an idea of the difference of the rivalries.
I get what you're picking down.
Yeah. I won't allow it. But no, in all seriousness, dude, that finally the Yankees took one game out of that series. The Mets have won the last 7 games in a row, and like they're just a game and a half in first. Like it felt like the Yankees could have helped us out and given us, at least a 3-game lead. That's all I was looking for. A 3-game lead. That would have been dope. Just win one more and, give me 2.5 games, whatever it would have been. But the Mets are rolling. Speaking of rolling, we're rolling right into San Diego and there was a reunion. The Oh My God reunion is today. And I'm very fortunate to call J-Mac Customs, the creator of the Oh My God sign, a dear friend of mine. I have one of the original signs, which is absolutely amazing just to think about. But to see Iglesias with his team again was pretty dope. But I hope to God, oh my God, I'd be so mad if we get swept by the Padres. I'm just telling you. So like I hope that doesn't happen. I hope we keep this movement going. Understand baseball. It has one day makes you think you're on top of the world and you'll never lose again, and then the next second, you lost 5 in a row. So that's baseball in a nutshell. But yeah, man, there's so much going on right now. It's ridiculous. And I want to dive into that. The trade deadline is heating up. We had some moves today. Cookie Carrasco is now an Atlanta Brave. I forgot Cookie was on the Yankees, to be honest with you. But Atlanta needs that depth in their lineup. What's your take on that transaction? And is it?
I think the last couple of days have been evident that not a lot of teams are going to go in on the big dogs. You know what I mean? And whether that, that might be for several reasons. That maybe the price is too high. That means some guys just aren't available. Like I've seen so many mocks of Paul Skeens to the Cubs, Paul Skeens to the Yankees, Paul Skeens to the Dodgers, the Red Sox.
Paul Skeens is going nowhere.
Everywhere. But that's what I mean. Like Paul Skeens is not on the block right now. If Skeens gets moved, I made the Class A video earlier today. I'll make another one where I'm wrong. But it's definitely something for me where you look at the realistic possibilities of a lot of these guys getting moved, and I think some organizations understand that this year might not be our year, so we're gonna do something. So we do our due diligence, so we don't get fired and we don't have people rioting that we haven't done anything. But definitely an interesting one. And for me, not to tie it into the Cubs because we'll talk a little Cubs later, but the Cubs extended Jed Hoyer today. We talked about him yesterday.
Good Jed.
And worked under Theo in Boston and Chicago. So, I mean, this is a guy who's won multiple World Series championships under Theo Epstein. And, I think he's made an incredible farm system, bringing in Dansby, trading for Tucker. But, I have a lot of questions. Why does, what's going to happen in the next few days? Because Jed Hoyer was on the last year of his deal. Kyle Tucker's a free agent at the end of the year. We haven't made any big trades yet outside of Kyle Tucker. So if he doesn't do anything at the deadline, and that's an amazing cup. If he doesn't do anything at the deadline, and then Kyle Tucker,
my manager
I know. I know that's the goal. That's the goal.
Also, this studio is so messed up. I can't figure out where the camera is. Like,
You've been struggling. You've been struggling. But no, man, I like it's just interesting to me, bro. Like, you know, if Tucker ends up going to the Yankees and the Cubs don't compete in October, was that extension worth it? Was it warranted? You know, like you're kind of like you're making him feel like his job is safe. And I kind of wanted a Jed Hoyer that's more aggressive. And that
okay.
I tie it all back into, you know, what we talked about earlier about these trades transpiring earlier today. There were some cheesy moves, you know, like Chris Paddock getting traded as well. Like Chris Paddock has a 4.95 ERA this year. If this was Chris Paddock from the Pirates or the Rays, I'd be like, this is lit, but it's not. So it's like I don't care, you know?
Yeah, it's a lot of sexy names if it was 2020
or 2017. I think 2020 Chris Paddock was good.
I enjoyed Cookie as a Met. Like, yeah, sure. Yeah. But
great story, great guy. Like,
it was towards the end for sure. Like, it's just
end.
Like, everybody's saying the Twins are obviously the first known sellers, I guess. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So there's a lot going on. I mean, the Tigers obviously are destined to go deep into the playoffs. Like I can't imagine them not. So, but yeah, a lot of these moves are, and this is why they moved the trade deadline up, man. So it was like you couldn't go for broke. You couldn't, like, that week makes a huge difference. Those few weeks that they've now required people to hop on waivers and not be available for the playoffs if you do get traded after that. So yeah, I'm really, yeah. So you jinxed one of our guys, Manny, right? Who was it? Emmanuel Clase. Clase. Yeah, I can't say it. I am bad at pronouncing names, but the fact that you're talking about him yesterday and today he gets suspended with pay pending investigation, for his involvement in what seems like a gambling situation or something like that. It's either steroids or gambling when it's baseball, and it's hilarious how both are still affecting the sport.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know, bro. Like it makes me wonder. I'm a big Sopranos guy, and I've watched it a million times. So like you always wonder like what's going on. I've seen Casino. I've seen, Goodfellas. Every single movie that you could possibly watch. It's a mobster Italian movie. I'm knee deep in it. Trust me. But like as much as I love that, you start asking like real questions. And again, Class A, we have no idea what's going on right now. There's a lot of videos that show that first pitch he throws every time he comes on the bump, and it's very telling that something's going on and something's very strange. But again, we're going to see it through. We're going to see what happens. He hasn't been suspended by the league per se. He just kind of got told, go hang out over there for a little while. You know what I mean? But it did just happen in the NBA too, Mike. It's happened to several NBA players. So like my question isn't, why is this happening? It's how much money are these guys getting paid? Because these are multi-millionaires that are giving up the game they grew up loving. For what reasons? Like this isn't FanDuel. This isn't DraftKings. Like I'm logging in and I accidentally bet on my team. This feels like some Shohei, Ippei, my bookie kind of thing.
It's a lot of money on the line, and people could be threatened for sure. I think about Mike Piazza. He was notoriously known for taking the first pitch, and then all of a sudden, towards the end of his career, he stopped doing it. And like, what if he told his friends, like every Sunday, I'm going to swing at the first pitch? And like those first 7 or 8 Sundays, like they could cash on first pitch swinging, right? Like think about that. So the same thing, like
put the house on the first pitch.
So the same thing is like, yo, I'm never gonna throw a strike the first pitch, like or whatever it may be. Is that illegal? Yeah. Is that illegal? Is that insider trading?
Illegal, brother. It's did you see the pitch he threw? The one Class A.
What if I tell you? I get that, but what if I told only? Mikey, what if I only told you that I will never throw a strike the first pitch for the whole season? Or like every other start.
You're first from a casino or just like a sports betting thing. It's like you're robbing the bank. You know what I mean? Like you're manipulating it, and you understand you have inside information. So it's like, and then like, again, if you want to see something that's truly criminal, whether Class A did it or not, in that video of his first pitches throughout this season, if you watch one of them, he just throws it straight in the dirt. It doesn't even make it to the batting. Like it's just horrible. It's horrible.
It's like a no doubter. Like
it's not
he
even
also
at the batter's
doesn't.
box.
He also doesn't want the hitter to swing, which
No,
is
like,
I agree. I'm just
terrible.
trying to play devil's advocate over here, trying to make sense of it for sure.
Because look, if it was you pitching and you told me that, Mike, I'm gonna bet the house on it. It's not my fault you did that. You know what I mean? Like if you tell me that, I'm like, all right, whatever. You know, but like it is what it is. Unfortunately, I don't know anybody in Major League Baseball. I don't work in Major League sports or any sport. So like I don't have that inside information. But if I was one of his friends, I'd be like, forget, screw it, bro. If you're doing it, fuck it. Like it is what it is.
Oh, we got our first fuck it of the night.
Yeah, well, I almost did it. I almost did it, but I was like,
dude, you went 20 minutes deep. I'm proud of you. We could take a commercial break and be right back. No, I'm just kidding. We are not chopping this up. Well, we probably will. Like honestly, I told you I wasn't for the other one.
I'll believe it later.
But in all seriousness, like this definitely, like there's so many implications. Like if the MLB didn't figure this out and he got dealt to the Cubs, like what would you be thinking right now? And also, does that void the trade? Like there's there's going to be rules based off of what just happened right now. I'm going to be honest with you.
I think it would be perfect for Emmanuel Clase to end up in a Cubs uniform because Wrigley Field does have a DraftKings casino built inside the stadium.
I can't wait.
Whatever he needs to do, 120 star, 640 star, he can get there 2 hours early, go inside, do whatever he has to do. You know what I mean? Like, hey, look, allegedly, I don't know. Allegedly, if he wants to go in there and bet on basketball or football, by all means. But if you want to go in there and make specific, certain interesting bets, should take place, that's on you, buddy. You know what I mean? I would have loved Clase. Again, we kind of mentioned those names yesterday, Mason Miller, Clase, guys who probably won't get dealt. You mentioned the Twins. They still have Duran too. So like Duran, probably one of those. I mean, hey, Duran's stock just went up if you're the Minnesota Twins because, I mean, you're running out of closers that are available. Aroldis Chapman thought he might get dealt. He's day-to-day with back soreness. Like, it's going to get more interesting as it goes on. Clase was definitely like a monkey wrench thrown into the fire there where it's like, I just used two analogies in one, but like it just messed up everything. You know what I mean? Like it blew up everything. So like it's crazy, man.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, the one thing that I would also share with this whole situation is you're right. Like it's I just personally, I don't know where the sport could go. I know a lot of veteran players that are no longer in the sport that do enjoy gambling and enjoy like the odds and stuff like that. And I know the players are hip to the odds too. So like gambling and sports go together. Competition goes together. People like to win. There's adrenaline with that. I've seen it. Even with the foul territory guys, they love talking nerfies. They love talking. They got to deal with BetMGM and they love talking odds and they love talking this. So it's like you're not that far removed from this, but also like, when does it become a situation? And with this, Clase, if he was doing that, like he's obviously manipulating, and if he was benefiting from that, or a loved one was benefiting from that, he's gonna be
NBA. Who was I know we're not NBA guys like that, but like who was the guy on the Detroit Pistons that just kind of had the FBI like looking at him? The guy was due like $150 million extension, and then they found out he did it. I forget what his name was. Gambling. I'm just looking up gambling Pistons and see what happens. I feel like it was somebody. Malik Beasley. Yeah. He's under investigation by the it's a federal investigation. Like this is serious. Like. And like you can go to jail, brother. So like that's what I'm saying is like how much money are they getting to throw these pitches? Or hey, like Malik Beasley missed the game-winning 3. You know what I mean? Like how if he's due $150 million extension for the season that he just had, why would you like how much money are you making to where that's worth it for you? You know what I mean? This is chump change. Like this is like probably making good money, I would assume.
Yeah. Speaking of good money, speaking of things that are going on right now, we got a lot on our plates coming up this week. You got a vacation planned. When you get back from vacation, I'll be on vacation for my 40th. I'm going to Alaska to play golf with my daughter Peyton. I can't wait for that. But before that, you'll be doing a huge chunk at the National for us that Wednesday, Thursday. Details to follow. Tune in tomorrow to find out more of where Mikey Hughes will be on the national floor because we're still trying to figure that out.
They just expanded the floor. I don't know.
Yeah, it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's
catch me in the parking lot on a smoke break.
This is a right time to be a part of this for sure. So yeah, we're working out all those details, but my eyes lit up because you mentioned something that I wasn't even privy to, or I forgot, and I know you probably have mentioned it, and Chef has mentioned it. But the Wrigley is now Wrigley World, so I never got to experience it as Wrigleyville. So I am scared. But any pointers besides not trying to lose all my money at the DraftKings sportsbook inside Wrigley? But if there's any must-do stuff, please say now or forever hold your peace.
Yeah, well, first the DraftKings Casino, even though it was a little plug there, we were not sponsored by them whatsoever. So it is what it is. But you're not going to go there. Like you're not going to walk. if you want to go out of your way to go in there, you can go in there. But it's not like in your face annoying. It's like connected to the building, so it's like it's its own little entity. For me, man, Gallagher Way is always the way to go. They have this little turf field, and sometimes they have like movie days, and you see all the statues just lined up outside of the ballpark. Obviously, you can go to Sluggers. I've been going to Sluggers since I've been going to Sluggers a long time. But it's a bar across the street, and there's a batting cage and an arcade on the second floor. That's like so much fun. I mean, I remember when the core of Rizzo, Bryan, and Baez got traded, and we're up in Sluggers just drinking, and we're hammered, and we're in the batting cages, and we're like, well, Rizzo, Bryan, and Baez are gone, so like I gotta practice for tomorrow's game, and we guys are just like hitting nukes, and we're just doing it, and we're just like, we can do this, you know what I mean? Like we're just like we're mourning the loss of our heroes, and like we're all
love it.
We're just ripping baseballs, man. And Sluggers is a blast, man. Murphy's is an amazing time as well. Little Irish bar across the street. I mean, I worked there 4 years, man, and was grounds crew there for the longest. And like being able to experience everything from the ins and outs of being in the dugout every day, sweeping peanuts, to hosing seats and power washing everything. Like it's an amazing time, man. I would definitely say just enjoy it, bro. I know you're there for the game, but definitely just walk around, man, and you'll see these little creeks and these stairwells that we keep clean. My guys over there, Hot Rod, Will, Kevo, everybody's still working over there. Bobby, Jerry, they're all working there right now from morning crew, 5 a.m. to 11, and they're still kicking it. So you wouldn't even tell the building's as old as it is, man. But if you've been to New Yankee Stadium or you've been to other ballparks, like go here, man, you'll be like, damn, like it's eye-opening.
So that's something I love to do, and I'm glad you mentioned that, is walk around a ballpark and get the feel for it, especially if I could see the field at different angles. Like I want to experience it all, because like it's like literally having 10 seats in one day, right? Like I get it, you could get the best seats in the house and just enjoy it and sit there and order your food to your seat, but I want to walk around. I want to experience it. I want to see every nook and cranny of a ballpark. Fenway was tough. Fenway was not easy to even get out of your seat. So I'm not sure how Wrigley is with that, but
super easy.
It's, you know what I mean? I love that, dude. Because like honestly, like that's why I like Baltimore. Pittsburgh's amazing with that. Citi Field and Citizens Bank. The Yankees, dude, you can't see the field if you tried. Like you just end up in like what feels like the Mall of America, like in weird like areas, and you're just like, where are they even playing baseball here? Like I just, it's so overdone, it's over commercialized, and like I said, it's lost its luster. Where the old Yankee Stadium, although you still couldn't see while you walked around, you felt ghost. It felt like you were in a haunted house. And do you feel that in Wrigley? I know that's a weird question, but do you feel the history?
You definitely do, man. And like for me, like you're just a dream chaser, man. And I went to high school with the PA announcer Jeremiah Paprocki, and we played high school baseball together. We celebrated 2016 together, and like for me, man, both of us ended up working there. It's like our dream jobs. And obviously, like I'm sweeping peanuts, and he's a PA announcer during games. So like there's levels to it, But like I would get there sometimes really early, probably like 3:30, 4 a.m. And I'd go in, you wouldn't clock in, but you would go in just early because I didn't have a car and you got to get to work. And sometimes you just, kind of like in Moneyball, you know, the scene in Moneyball where all the lights are off and there's only the standing room lights are on in the back and it's just a dark field. And that's how it was, man. And you just sit there. It'll be like 4 a.m., completely dark outside. You're sitting in the concourse, you're sitting in one of the seats, and you're looking up at the box and you're like, dang, like Harry Carey used to be up there, or Jack Brickhouse. Or you look at the field. I remember, we used to pull the tarp off when it would rain in the mornings. So then, okay, it rained last night, so we had the tarp on, we have to take it off. So we'd have like 15, 20 guys just run out, and sometimes guys would get stuck under the tarp and come out all soaking wet. But like, you're walking on the field and you're like, damn, like I'm standing where Bryant stood, or I'm standing where Ernie Banks used to stand. And like, it's amazing, man. It's kind of like chills more than like ghosts. It's definitely something where it's like, there's so much history where you're standing. And the cool part about Wrigley is it's always been there. You know what I mean? So like you're looking at legends like, Ted Williams and Babe Ruth and all these guys who have stood on that same ground, same plot. And it's like super dope. But the last advice, the only one thing I did forget to mention, go to left field. Right field sucks. That's a given. Don't ever go to right field. Right field is horrible. You'll hear the bleacher creatures let you know that right field sucks. They'll chant it a few times during the game. So make sure you stay in left field. Center field's cool. We don't got problems with center field. I'm always in left field.
Yeah, I love it. It's like right field's like,
no,
you don't want to go there. You'll get murdered. I love it. I didn't expect that. I didn't expect that. I thought it was like, hey man, we don't leave our seats in the 4th inning, like out of respect to or something. Like I know obviously take me out to the ball game is a tradition. Like hopefully,
that's we get I hope you get somebody, bro, because that's right. You're gonna get me in a whole new thing now. What they like to do since COVID, they don't always have a guest. Jim Belushi, big on coming to sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game," or like celebrities or former players. A lot of the time they'll just put a projection on the screen, not on the screen. Can't say words today. And it'll just be Harry Carey, and they'll just play a voiceover of Harry Carey singing the stretch. And
I'm going to text you if I get harried.
As much as I enjoy that, after you're like 10th time getting Harry, you're like, man, I kind of wish it was somebody else. You know what I mean? Like, I love it. It's nostalgic. It's cool. But like, I always loved when like the celebrities did it, or like, the Ozzy Osbourne one that was going viral last week. Like that was the funniest shit in the world to me. It's definitely fun when you get a celebrity.
The Call Her Daddy thing, I get what she was trying to do.
I don't.
It failed. An epic fail.
Terrible.
Big
fail.
There's
just remember what you said. You got to understand. We said, I think yesterday, time and a place. Or no, we said that at the beginning of the show. Time and a place for everything.
Time and a place for
Something as historic as that and as simple as that. Just
sing it. Just sing it. Just sing it. Just be yourself. Like she's big enough where she didn't have to do that.
Yeah.
In my humble opinion, I love her. Her interview with Ed Sheeran is something that I've played back numerous times.
Yeah.
You can't knock the hustle. She's better at this game than we are. She was her own producer, her own editor. She literally, Portnoy recognized a shark, and she is that, and she deserves now everything she gets. She's built an empire for sure. I just, as a Cub fan or a baseball purist, as some of our haters would like to call us, shout out to Eric Cartman. The situation is, for me, there, like you said, there's a time and a place, and
but for non-baseball fans, like we're weirdos, bro. Me and you, like, and that's just like baseball fans, like that's what we are. We're just junkies of the game, and we just love it. Like for her, if she never watched a baseball game and they told her you got to sing some stretch, like I wouldn't have known what to do either if I'd never watched a baseball game, if I'd never been to Wrigley Field. So like, I can't knock her too hard for it. Like people saying that she should be banned, or she should be, disgraceful of what happened. Like, come on, bro. Like it was horrible. It would never invite her again. But like, like it's not that serious. Like it is fun.
The coolest thing I've seen on a baseball field, and more importantly, an announce booth this week, was Nate Bargatze at the Brewers game. He called about like 2.5 to 3 innings, and they had to give him the boot because Prince Fielder was about to come in, and he did not want to leave. And I think Prince is doing Home Run Derby X, if I'm not mistaken, and he had to plug that. And Nate did not want to leave, and they had to be like, yo, dude, you got to go. And like mid inning, they switched him for Prince. And it was just, it was so funny. But dude, it was like the guy like just wanted to be there. He just wanted to help announce the game. He wanted to talk about baseball. He wanted to talk about Milwaukee. It was just so cool. And I was like, I need more of this. So I did enjoy the comedic relief that could be put in a booth. And I was like, man, we need more of this in our lives. Because normally it happens, even like, you know, I remember when, you know, legends come back and they'll keep them on for an inning and they'll be like, all right, we're going to let you go. Yeah. Like you should, like, if they want to stay on for a few innings, like let them go until they don't want to be there. Like in my humble opinion.
Lester the other day, John Lester, they were like, John, are you cool if you stay another inning? And John was like, I'll stay as long as y'all want me here. And I was like, yes, bro. Because like, I love Big John. John Lester is like big. That's big country. Like John Lester gets down, bro. And like,
he's like, you're going to have to get the National Guard to remove me.
I love John Lester, bro.
Yeah, dude. Lester is, that's what the Cubs, man. Like I said this earlier, like Rizzo, to me is the new Ken Griffey in my book. Like he's never played for me, but I love him. You know what I mean? And I wish he was a Met. Like if Anthony Rizzo, and all respects to Pete Alonso, we could have figured out to have both. But Riz, nobody beats the Riz. He's such a cool dude. Yeah, he's just like a badass. And also like the guy I want on my team if stuff's going tough. Like he's nails, man. That's my
bucket list, bro. Like if we could interview anybody this weekend. We could interview Giannis Antetokounmpo is going to be at the National. I could talk to Giannis for 3 hours, and all respect to Giannis, I'd be like, that was cool. If I interviewed Anthony Rizzo, I'm retiring. I'm done.
Lights out, dude. Amen.
I'm done. Like if you talk to David Wright, it's probably the same thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, bro, I don't like if you told me Anthony Rizzo or Michael Jordan who you interview, and I'm interviewing Anthony Rizzo 10 times out of 10. And I'm from Chicago. I bleed black and red for the Chicago Bulls, unfortunately. But I do. And like I would still, out of anybody who's ever played a professional sport, I'm interviewing Riz or I'm interviewing Derrick Rose. And there's like no in between.
Mikey, we're going to end on this note. The Chicago Bulls / City Connects, like I have a love-hate relationship with them. I like them and I hate them at the same time. Like I don't know how I feel about them. I've sent you pictures of it in a New Jersey Dick's Sporting Goods. Like, so obviously they thought they're like nailed it, but then like in the same breath, I'm like, this is like, I don't know, man. I would never want, because like you said, you're a Bulls fan. So like, is that a slap in the face to the Cubs? Like, right. Like, no. I don't like the Rangers, like, and I don't like the Islanders and I don't like the Knicks. Like, I don't want a Mets Knicks connection because honestly, it wouldn't connect with me and I'm not going to wear it. And like, don't tell me what my other team should be, like kind of attitude. And I'd get mad. So I needed a true Chicago opinion of it.
Well, the true Chicago opinion of it is the colors they chose. In certain neighborhoods in Chicago, you probably wouldn't want to wear it around there. You know, there's a lot of ongoing jokes that like it just wasn't the move. You know, as far as, you know, you talk about, man, well, why would we randomly connect with the Sox and not the Cubs? The owner of the Bulls is the owner of the Sox.
Right.
So, like, that's like the idea of like, you know, Jerry on, you know, God willing, he lives another 10, 15, 20 years, but he's getting up there. You know what I mean? So I think Jerry just kind of wants to do a little bit of everything, just try to make as much money possible. And then we'll see what happens, man. So like my true honest opinion about it is it's solid. It's not bad whatsoever.
It's a cash grab.
It's a cash grab. And if I was a Sox fan, I would totally buy that freaking jersey, bro, because it's clean, Mike. I like it a lot.
Listen, like Todd was a White Sox player, and his whole Tom's River South team is the Southsiders, and he mimics that City Connect. So you know, he's got a lot of love for Chicago, got a lot of love for the White Sox, and it shows every day when his kids put on that uniform. But yeah, I agree. Like it's strange because it brings me back. Like, dude, I had that 45 Jordan jersey when he came back. I had I watched him in the baseball realm. It made me prouder to be a baseball player that he wasn't just an uber success over at it, because it kind of showed there was different avenues to this, and you can't just pick up a stick or a glove and play this game. You gotta it's harder, right? Like, and you can't just switch sports like that. Like, it just doesn't work. There was a lot of intrigue of watching Space Jam and his return to the NBA. It brings back a lot of memories, that jersey. So when I see it on a White Sox team, I'm just like, this is cool, but I feel like it should be for all Chicago. So I don't know, Mike. That's my take on it. I think there is room for that. I like it, but it should have been like a giveaway or something. It shouldn't be on the team.
Yeah, and that's what I meant earlier. Like, you can't wear it in certain neighborhoods. Like, you can't say you're a and that's what I mean. Like, if you're a Bulls fan and you go up to Wrigleyville and you wear that jersey, it's like, well, that's a Sox jersey, brother. You know what I mean? Like, it's like you can't. There's certain places you just can't go and wear it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to the South. I mean, I have gone to the South Side in a Cubs uniform several times, but I'm not saying you should. But like, it's definitely like, hey man, respect where you're at. You know what I mean? And with a collab jersey like that, with the other side of town being predominantly Cubs fans, like, I mean, we don't care. It's not that deep. The city don't care. But like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just funny to me because I'm like, I couldn't do it. Still couldn't do it.
And my last question before we get out of here: whose career are you going to ruin today?
Well, we're in Wrigley North right now playing against Milwaukee. So I think Christian Yelich is going to have an MVP caliber season to finish the year. Jackson Churio right behind him, and everybody else on the Milwaukee Brewers staff. Man, they're just fantastic, brother. If their bus broke down tomorrow, that'd be really unfortunate. I don't know how that happened.
This is the Chai Divide. I'm Mike Powers from the Divide. This is my buddy Mikey Hughes. Follow him at the Chai Kid.
Yeah.
Why can't I even talk?
We have to talk about an email you sent and CC'd me later. You spelled Chicago. You spelled Chicago wrong again in the email.
Oh no, that's autocorrecting. I think I spelled it so
wrong. And I look at it every time and I'm like, that's Mikey Powers. Like it's a
dude, that's Mikey Powers putting out 500 emails in 1 hour. Like, just so you know. Like, I wish.
No, Mike is amazing at what he does, but
no, it's not. Yeah,
in Chicago, it just doesn't.
Yeah, I don't. It
just doesn't. I was like, I read it. I go Chicago. I was like,
I try to say it the way you guys pronounce it.
I was like, this guy, man, this guy.
I love you, brother. Thank you so much. Thank you for tuning in. And who knows? We might be back tomorrow. We might just go on a winning streak. Shout outs to the baseball backyard.
Yeah,
shout outs to Pablo.
Bender, man.
Yeah, man.
Pablo 7-0 with the Mets.
We still got an hour until the Mets kick off. It's unreal. First pitch is in an hour. So
my game will be done in about an hour. So I'll be asleep.
All right. Well, good night, buddy. I don't think you'll be asleep, but like I said, shout outs to the vampire, the Chai Kid. All right. Good night, everybody.